got me trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart. I'm under his watchful eye, and sometimes he'll say to me, go on, let's do 10 in the gym, let's do 15, or let's do 5, depending on how he sees that I'm progressing. Everything's going really well. I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to run it back and try and get those belts back. So I want to get that. I'm hungry for the revenge now, and I'm in camp already. I've been training 4 weeks already. I've got another 9 to go. I'm feeling pretty good, you know. It's very important at this level, with my experience, not to do too much, not to leave it in the gym. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, the harder you train, the better it is. Definitely not. You can leave it all in the gym and have nothing left on the night, and it's very important for me to not do that right now. A lot of inexperienced people will say to you, have you run further than you've ever run? Have you trained harder than you've ever trained? The answer is no, because you can only train a certain amount of hardness and run a certain amount of miles before you leave it all in the gym. I'm looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, the last fight we had in May, it was a close fight. He won on a split decision by a point. So it could have went either way, really, the last fight. He got the decision, so it gives me that fire beneath me now to run it back and get it back, get that decision back. The adjustments I need to make is less complacency and a little bit more focus and less clowning, because I was clowning a lot in the ring. I was doing a lot of showboating and messing around, and I wasn't focused 100% when I was in there. I was playing a lot of times and enjoying it too much, and I think I became complacent and got caught. And that was it, you know. Heavyweight boxing, it only takes one punch and you're caught. I lost a round. I got a standing count 10-8 round, and that cost me the fight by a split decision. So other than that, if I can just keep me focused and be on the game for the full amount of distance, if it goes that far, then I don't see why I don't win the decision this time again. But don't get me wrong, if the knockout comes early on or before 12, then I'll take it for sure.
21st of December, I got to put it right, and that's it. Do the best we can.
Do you believe you stopped Oleksandr Usyk in a rematch, Tyson?
It looks like I'm going to have to, because I didn't get the decision last time out, so I'm going to have to knock him out this time. Obviously, he's got a decision over me. He hasn't beat the Gypsy King. He knows that deep down. He did beat me. Listen, they've had to give me a dodgy decision to get a victory over me, and that says a lot after 17 years.
I've been searching the world for 20 years to find someone who can challenge me. First time in years, I'm going in there as a challenger, not a champion, and I believe I'm better as a challenger always, because I've got that goal of achieving something again, and it's giving me like a fire underneath. People can say, oh, I want to change trainers, or I'll blame it on my conditioning coach, or I'll blame it on the cook, or I'll blame it on the mouse next door. You know, I'm not interested in all that. Same team, same everything, I know what I got to do. I thought I won the fight last time. I give him a full fight, me being boxing all my life and watching boxing my whole career. I give him round 8, 9 and 10, and round 9 was a 10-8, so that's what I give him out of the fight. But obviously the judges saw it a bit different. A couple of them did. One of them had me winning. That's what it was. It was as close as it can be.
Indeed.
Didn't get the nod of the night. I'll make it right next time. Not the end of the world. You know, after being undefeated for nearly 2 decades, 17 years, I thought, like, maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I thought, like, oh, if I ever get knocked out or lost, I don't know what would happen. And it's happened, and nothing's changed. I'm still doing the same old. Nothing changes in the day of dad. I suppose if I was on my own in a penthouse in Miami with a supermodel and a Ferrari and a poodle, then things might have changed. Considering I'm not that type of a person, I'm just doing the same old stuff I always do. Nothing much has changed. Nothing really, and it's given me a little bit of a lift, because now I've got something to really return for. And here's the interesting fact, that in 2 decades, no one has ever survived a rematch with me, standing. And all of the rematches that I've had with John McDermott, the trilogy with Chisora, the trilogy with Wilder, and I'm going into a rematch of this, I've stopped every one of them and knocked them out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. The second fight will be different, like the second fight for Wilder was going into the rematch of Usyk. It's going to be the same. I'm going to roll the dice, and it's going to be you or me. Best foot forward and swing away. And I've never been afraid to get that spark out, and I've always put it on the line every time. So let's see if he's willing. So people say to me, like, you're 36 now, you've been doing this since you've been 14. Why keep going? I just love to do what I do. I love to come in here, I love to hit that big heavy bag, I love to do me a bit of sparring and training and that. And I don't see there's anything better for me out there than to do what I actually have a passion for. At the moment, I don't have a passion for any other business that I'm involved in. Not really interested at all. And I absolutely love doing what I'm doing. People say you can go on too long, you might get hurt, this, that and the other, but end of the day, I'm the one who's got to make that decision. And for now, God's got a plan for me. And whatever that plan is, then I'll follow it, and I'll go all the way with it. And the plan ain't for me to walk away right now, or else I'd have done it already. So I'm just following the path, and wherever it takes me, that's where I'll be.
Usyk's what he is. He's an ugly rabbit still. He's always going to be an ugly rabbit, because ugly bastard. But I'll see him on the 21st. Rabbit. And I'm going to take all my belts back once again. Guarantee you.
Minus the IBF.
Yeah, I'll get that back as well after. When I fight Usyk in December and beat him, I'll reign all the belts that I should never have lost, and then I'll fight the Dubois and take that off him as well.
That's your plan?
Yeah, that's my plan.
He's fighting Usyk again.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough fight. It's rare that someone with that kind of technique gets into the heavyweight division. If you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, technique and huge. And the heavyweights were never really that good. When you get up to the heavyweight division, it tends to be like a lower bar. He was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit, and Usyk wound up just catching him.
Oh, midget Usyk.
He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's non-stop movement, and his footwork and everything, it's so different than anybody else.
When I beat Usyk next time, God willing, I do what I believe I can do. My own promoter said recently, today, in an interview when we both sat there, like, you win this and you're back on top and there's no talking point, like, that's it, you put it behind you. And I said, no, Frank, that's not what we're gonna do. When I win this fight with Usyk, then there has to be a third fight. There has to be. Because if you win one and I win one, then there has to be a third fight. Regardless who won the second one, there has to be a third fight to see who is the best out of us two. One each, one decider. And that's what I'll look for after that. And then after that's done, in next year, maybe February or March, then I'll look for the winner of the rematch between AJ and Dubois. Let's just face it, if someone knocked me out in 5 rounds, the last thing I'd want to do is fight somebody else. I'd want to fight the who knocked me out. Isn't that what fighting men do?
Tyson Fury might be getting older, but he says he has no plans to retire because boxing is his one true passion. His plan is to defeat Usyk in their second fight, face him one more time to prove he's the #1, and then take the belt from Daniel Dubois. That's a tall order, but you have to respect his determination to fight the best. Fury is not a man you can afford to underestimate. Hit like on the video if you're excited for a true heavyweight clash. None of that recent circus shit that had us all canceling our Netflix subscriptions. Do you think Tyson Fury can win the rematch? Or will Usyk prove too slick once again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you love boxing.